MI-07, OSHA was just getting started. And I watched the ability and effect of OSHA. But what I really noticed is why I started hiring part-time employees and letting me go, as you're talking about, was because of the regulation. The difficulty of insurance, all the things that happen with a permanent employee that you don't have with a temporary. With a temporary employee, you can hire them through an agency, you have no responsibility.
Yeah, a lot of times you have these.
It's a sad situation.
It's killing the loyalty of the workers.
I'm sorry?
I mean, that kills the
I
loyalty.
agree with that. But all I'm saying is the regulations that made me not want to do it.
Well, I can understand that totally.
Yeah, a lot of times you have, the best of intentions from mostly the Democrats saying, well, this will help the worker or whatever, and ends up hurting the worker in the long end because, you see what you have here. But the same with the healthcare bill. I forget the number, but, once you hit a certain number of employees, then you have to cover the healthcare or, pay this owner's tax. Well, the incentive is not to grow, and that shouldn't be, the incentive the government's putting upon businesses.
I think it's also saying it was a target on big business.
Yeah, that too.
Very simple.
Well, I have a couple things. One, I've got something I guess to say that kind of was relevant. I have a couple jobs. I did purchasing for an automotive company and then I'm a volunteer EMT. But I have one supplier from China, which is pretty fortunate in this economy. And they're a pretty good supplier. The guy actually lives here, and he's lived here for 20 years, and he lives here because he likes it. He represents this company. And last year we were having lunch, and we were talking about the bailouts and how the economy was doing over there and how it was doing here, and they're actually doing pretty good over there. And he said the reason your country is so strong is because your businesses fail. If they're not good businesses, if they're not able to sustain themselves, they go out of business. And what's left? And we are seeing that in Michigan now. The businesses that are left this year are actually much stronger, much leaner. They're able to make a profit at a much lower volume. But it's very much the case. We've let businesses stay in business that don't deserve to stay in business, that can't function as businesses, and that's a problem. It's a problem right now. If we lose those businesses, it's a huge problem down the road because we're losing the strength that we've always had. We have to survive and we have to be a valid business. So that's kind of, just one of those things. It's a very true point. One of the things that's made us strong is being able to fail.
Yeah, one of the problems with the stimulus bill is also it's temporary money that was used to plug a lot of holes in the state budget. Those holes are still going to be there next year. So the hard decisions were just put off.
We've avoided some
Kick the can down the road.
But I think in the long term, we're a weaker country for it. But my question I have for you is, what are you going to do if you're not elected?
I have an entrepreneurial spirit, and I have confidence in myself and my wife, and whatever path is thrown in front of us, I'm going to take that path. I have some ideas that I've had for a while as far as starting business myself,
Okay.
and I'd like to start it right here in Michigan if I don't make it to Congress.
What would you do to help resolve some of the problems if you're not elected to this office? I mean, there are things that all of us can do, right?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I could do is start a business and hire people.
Okay.
That's probably the biggest thing I'd want to do. I don't know for sure, but if you look at Michigan, I think we have a disproportionate number of entrepreneurs than the rest of the country as far as, who has come out of Michigan, the different products and different innovations and inventions that have come out of the state. A lot of it has to do with the makeup of Michiganders and that entrepreneurial spirit. So that's why I don't buy the whole notion that, Michigan used to be a top 20 state, now we're a bottom 10 state. We can be a top 20 state again.